I'm a former drug user who struggled for decades in the downtown Eastside. Everybody looks at you as just some junky loser because you're using drugs, but they don't understand the story behind people of why they're using them. My name's Guy Felicella, and I'm a former drug user who had to be brought back to life 6 times. I grew up in a middle-class home. We had nice things, there was money, everything from the outside would look good, but there were a lot of things people couldn't see, and verbal abuse, physical abuse. I started using drugs at 12. I was a drug user that was trying to numb pain more than being a social user. If you don't find love and acceptance in the places that you'll need it the most, you'll seek it elsewhere, and I've never met a drug user that hasn't struggled with trauma. I was incarcerated at 14 for a year in juvenile detention. When I got out of incarceration, I was also made a ward of the court. When I got to this group home, it was really good for a while, but then they start bouncing you around from home to home. And so when you live in an unpredictable environment, that your housing can be removed anytime, you are really just in a survival mode. Out of the 6 overdoses that I've had in my life, I've never remembered overdosing. It's just pure darkness. It's not something that you feel. It's not like, oops, I did too much. It's just done. But yeah, the last overdose, the nurse described it as the longest overdose that they'd seen. I was gone for 8 minutes, that I had no oxygen levels. I just remember waking up and seeing the nurse. She was visibly emotional, and I just asked her, why are you crying? And she said, because I care about you. And I just burst into tears, man. And I just told her that I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know how to stop, though. Stigma is the main reason why people don't reach out for support when they're struggling. We don't humanize people, we try to shame them instead, or we judge them for how they're living their lives. You need all the tools in the toolbox in order to really help people move forward with their lives. Structural change is needed completely in our society. Get off the drugs, your life will get better. It's no. That is a simple slogan that does not solve complex challenges. And why do they keep going back to drugs? It's because the access to other support services is unavailable, and the opportunities for people to be successful in our society are extremely challenging to get to. I am definitely an advocate for harm reduction, recovery, and housing. There is absolutely 100% equivalently no doubt in my mind that people all deserve access to those services. Those 3 things in combination, but also connection. I went to counseling, I went to therapy, I talked to people, I had a sponsor, I had a mentor. I had all these things now that were in my life. I had a bunch of people that cared about me. I found out in my life that it wasn't really so much as getting off the drugs. It was creating a new life where it's easier not to go back to those drugs. I have a really good life. I have a beautiful partner. I have 3 beautiful kids. And I'm so glad that my kids have never seen the old life. They'll never know that person. Today I work as a peer clinical advisor for Vancouver Coastal Health and the BC Centre on Substance Use. And I basically provide insight to harm reduction services and recovery services to really try to help people who struggled with the same circumstances that I did. A healthier, happy society, it's met with more resources. People can change when there's support available for them. The past doesn't define you. It's what you do today and forward that will.